there! It's so good to see you, friends! Ever feel something is hard to understand? Is learning computers difficult for you?
Don't worry, we'll make it easy for you. Let's go!
You know, you use it literally every single day, but could you actually explain it? Like, how does a video from halfway across the world just pop up on your screen in a split second? It totally feels like magic, right? But it's not. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and demystify this incredible global network that connects every single one of us.
So here's our game plan. First up, we're going to define what the internet actually is. Then, we'll get into the essential toolkit you need to get online. After that, we'll check out the different ways to connect, learn how to get around on the web, and finally, we'll wrap it all up by looking at the bigger picture. You know, why any of this really matters.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with the most fundamental question of all. What exactly is the internet? Seriously, just think about it for a second. You click on a video and boom, it starts playing. That video file, it could be sitting on a server on a totally different continent, but somehow it gets to your device almost instantly. It's kind of mind-blowing. And that incredible feat is exactly what the internet makes possible. Okay, so at its core, the internet is basically a gigantic worldwide system. The best way to think about it is like a network of networks. It connects billions of devices. It's the plumbing, the wiring, the entire infrastructure that lets all our computers, phones, and servers talk to each other and share stuff. And let's be real, we use this system for, well, pretty much everything. Sending a quick email, binging our favorite shows, jumping into an online class, doing our banking, or just, endlessly scrolling through social media. It has completely woven itself into the very fabric of our daily lives. All right, so now that we've got a handle on what the internet is, what do you actually need to get hooked up to it? Let's go ahead and build our essential internet toolkit. Believe it or not, it really just boils down to 5 key things. Think of it like your essential checklist for getting online. So let's break them down, starting with number 1. First on the list is a computer system. And I want you to think way broader than just a desktop computer. We're talking about any device, your phone, your tablet, your laptop, that can shoot a request for information out onto the internet and then show you what it gets back. And that's really the key thing to remember here. Your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, they are all incredibly powerful computer systems. Each one is your own personal gateway to the entire World Wide Web. Okay, number 2, information needs a path to travel on, right? These are the lines and signals. I love this analogy. Just like cars need roads to get around, your data needs a physical or wireless highway to get from some server all the way to your screen. It definitely doesn't just appear out of thin air. So what are these roads? Well, they can be actual physical cables. Think of the old telephone lines for dial-up, the cable lines most of us use now, or those crazy fast optical fiber cables. Or they can be totally invisible, like the wireless signals for Wi-Fi and our mobile phone networks. The third piece of our toolkit is the modem, and its job is actually pretty fascinating. It's basically a translator. See, your computer speaks a purely digital language, just ones and zeros. But the signals that travel over things like phone or cable lines, those are analog waves. The modem's whole job is to translate the digital stuff into analog to send it out, and then translate it back to digital when information comes in. Super important. Number 4, you need a window to actually look at the internet, and that's your web browser. It's the piece of software that takes all that complicated code from a website and magically turns it into the text, the images, and the interactive pages that we see and click on. Oh yeah, you definitely know these guys. We're talking about Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Safari. These are the apps that do all the heavy lifting, turning that code into the websites we use every single day. And last but not least, number 5, the Internet Service Provider, or ISP. So if the internet is the information superhighway, then your ISP is the company that built your personal on-ramp. They're the ones you pay to get the actual physical connection from your house to that massive global network. So, we've got our toolkit assembled. Now let's talk about the different ways we actually connect to the internet. Because wow, has connection technology changed over the years? We've gone from the painfully slow dial-up of the past to the super fast speeds we take for granted today. Oh man, if you were around in the 90s, you definitely remember dial-up. That screeching sound? Yeah, it used your phone line. It was so slow, and you couldn't use the phone and the internet at the same time. It was a whole thing.
Today, thankfully, we have broadband. It's high speed, it's always on, and it uses dedicated fiber or cable lines. The difference is, it's just night and day. And of course, today, so much of our access is wireless, right? You've got Wi-Fi, which uses a router to connect your devices at home or, at the coffee shop. Then there's mobile internet, using 4G and 5G signals, which lets you get online pretty much anywhere you have cell service. And a hotspot? That's just a cool way to share your phone's mobile connection with other gadgets, like your laptop. Okay, so we're connected. The final piece of this puzzle is just knowing how to get around. So let's talk about the basic tools for navigating the web, your digital roadmap. Using a browser seems so simple, right? You just open it up, type a website address or whatever you're searching for into the address bar, and hit enter. But what happens in that split second is incredible. The browser sends a request flying across the internet, finds the exact right server somewhere in the world, and pulls all the data it needs to build that web page right there on your screen. And that website address? It has a name. It's called a URL, which stands for Uniform Resource Locator. And honestly, the concept is simple. Just like your house has a unique street address so people can find you, every single page on the entire internet has its own unique URL. It's how your browser knows exactly where to go. The other key tool for getting around is a hyperlink. You know them? It's any text or image you can click on that acts like a shortcut, instantly zapping you to another web page. This idea right here is what puts the web in the World Wide Web. It's the secret sauce that connects everything together. So, okay, we've covered the what, the how, and the tools you need. But now let's just take a step back for a second and look at the bigger picture, because it's really important to understand why all of this matters. This quote really just hits the nail on the head. The internet isn't just some fun tool anymore, not by a long shot. It's become a fundamental utility, as essential as electricity for communication, education, entertainment, business, you name it. At the end of the day, it's this invisible system that connects all of us to a world of information, entertainment, and most importantly, to each other. And understanding how it all works is the first step to using it better and smarter and safer. So the real question is, now that you've got this foundation, what will you explore next?